Hello. My name is Jelani. I'm so happy to see y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is a secret early access cut of my interview. So let's check it out. Hello. My name is Jelani Smith, and this is my Griot interview project. Um, Today I'll be interviewing my sister, Jahari. Jahari, come on in. Hi, Jahari. How are you?
I'm doing very good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to interview you. So first, my first question, I just want to ask you about yourself. Like, tell the people, who are you?
Well, my name is Jahari. I'm a 20-year-old multifaceted artist who's currently attending Dillard University pursuing my BA in film.
Okay, amazing. So I have a few questions about your masking. I know you're a big queen, so I just want to tell the people a little bit more about what you do and more about the history of it. So my first question is could you describe your journey in becoming a Mardi Gras big queen?
So I first met Walter Sandifer, who is the spy boy in my tribe. I met him at an event put on by a Black Creatives Guide. He was telling stories of his journey of masking. And after that, I went up to him and I was like, I want to connect because this is something I want to do. Um, Over the next year, I spent time helping him with his suit for the 2024 year. And after that, I started working on mine for the 2025 year.
Of course. What does this mean to you? What does masking mean to you? Especially as a woman, especially as a black woman. What does this mean to you?
It means a lot, especially to be carrying on this tradition that's so old and so established. To be someone who's on the younger side doing it, getting to carry that tradition on, it means a lot to me, and it means a lot that I'm preserving the culture of New Orleans.
Beautiful. So would you say that Walt inspired you to start masking?
Yeah, he definitely inspired me. I've always been really intrigued and fascinated by the Mardi Gras Indians, but I didn't really know where to start when like looking to join a tribe. So getting to be up and close and personal with one who was felt really welcoming and warming. His spirit was great. His energy was good. I was definitely drawn to him and his tribe.
Could you speak a little bit about the cultural significance of masking, especially in New Orleans, but also in Nigeria?
All right, so masking is a really big part of the New Orleans culture. It's been around for a lot of years now. It started when the enslaved people were brought here. The Native Americans who helped them escape would come there at night. They'd come help them escape. They'd teach them the lay of the land. And when Mardi Gras started, black people were not allowed to participate unless it was as flambeaux. So they decided to start this tradition to pay homage to the Native Americans who helped them when they needed help, and that's what masking became. So definitely a part of New Orleans. Like there is no New Orleans without masking, and there's no masking without New Orleans. And I would say the same. You can see the similarities in what we brought from Africa, like that diaspora. You can see it. You can see it in the dance moves. You can see it in the beadwork. You can see it in the patches. You can see all the similarities. They're definitely there.
Mm-hmm. Speak some more about the beadwork. I know it's a very tedious and very like it takes your time to do it. Speak about what mentally you have to do to prepare to do something like that for months on end.
Yeah, you really have to prepare yourself to be disciplined, be humble, definitely, because when you're first starting out, especially, you're not going to get it right. You're not going to get everything right. Everything's not going to look perfect. So you have to be in that kind of space in yourself to be able to accept, challenges when they come, to be able to accept when things get difficult. And yeah, beadwork is serious. You have to be a very disciplined person to go to work all day, to go to school all day, and then to come home at night and sew. And on the weekends, instead of going out, you sitting at home and you sewing for hours and hours. You can see it on Mardi Gras Day who was disciplined and who was maybe a little lackluster with their beadwork.
All right. How does being a masking Indian, how did that change you? I know this is your second year coming up officially a masking. So how did that change you?
It definitely made me a more confident person. Going out there on Mardi Gras and dancing in front of all those people and singing in front of all those people, it makes you have a certain kind of confidence. Now half of it does come with when you put your suit on, like the confidence comes there, but it makes you carry yourself different. It makes you more aware of I would say like issues and struggles in the community. It makes you more community centered because then so many people start to know your name. There's so many Mardi Gras Indians in the city. You know, you go around and you meet them and you connect with them. You build a community. So it definitely changed me in that way. I know a lot more people than I did when I before I masked.
So can you talk some about how it feels when Mardi Gras Day, you got your suit on, you got your full suit on, you and your tribe out there? How does that feel? Like, what does that feel like to you?
It's something I never felt before until Mardi Gras. Especially this past one was on my 20th birthday, so it was really a lot of emotions that happened. But putting that suit on, I mean, it's heavy too. It's heavy. It's hot outside. But once you get that on and you start dancing and all those people, you know, your family you see around you, and then just people in the community, old people, young people, you see them around them, like just staring at you in awe. It really brings forth a different energy. And when the drums start to play, you can really feel the ancestors dancing with you, moving with you. And it takes away all the whatever pain in your feet or sweat you feel. All that goes away when that music comes on and those people start, you know, cheering for you and calling your name and clapping and singing with you and dancing with you. It's a different type of energy.
All right. So as a black woman, doing this, what role do you have? Like, what is a black woman's role in this?
So, black woman's role in the tribe is to support, mainly, I would say. Definitely on Mardi Gras Day, and when we go out, our main role is watching the kids. So the children in the tribe are usually around the queens. You know, we're making sure they're safe. We're walking with them. We're dancing with them. We're teaching them things. But outside of the days when we go out, you know, we're really here for support. For me, I haven't gotten to that part yet because, of course, this past year is my first year, so I had a lot of learning to do. But from some of the other big queens I met, they're kind of like the mothers in the tribe. You know, they keep in contact with people. You know, they're scheduling meetings, things like that. You know, I will get there one day, but I'm so new to this, I'm still learning my role and my part.
Okay. What symbols and what pieces do you put into your suit? If you could talk about your suit from this previous year, what symbols and what pieces do you put in your suit to represent your culture and represent your ancestors and your family and where you come from?
So this year's suit was dedicated to the Orisha Oshun. I used a peacock as the main point of my suit. That's one of her many symbols. And I had peacock feathers all throughout my skirt and my top and my hat as well. And on my boots, I had pictures of women in my family that have transitioned. So I had my great grandmother on there. I had two great grandmothers on there. I had my grandma on there. I had one of my cousins on there. And I had them on my feet because, you know, like I was saying, when you get tired and stuff, when it gets towards the end of the day, you start feeling that it starts wearing on you a little bit. But when I would look down and see them on there, you know, I'm like, I can keep going. They're here with me. They're helping me move. They're helping me walk. So that's some of the symbols I had this past year.
Yeah. Could you speak? I heard you speaking a little bit about Orishas and all that. Can you speak more about the Ifa tradition and how that connects you or grounds you to masking?
Yeah. So I'm a practitioner of Ifa, and the symbols of Ifa, you know, flow throughout my everyday life. So this was something. Masking was definitely something I knew I had to include into. Ifa was definitely something I had to include into my suit this past year and for years to come. Of course, since it's such a big part of my life, I had to dedicate my past suit to Oshun. You know, we were surrounded by all this water, and she's the Orisha of water, and, you know, I just had to pay homage.
Beautiful. Beautiful. This is my last question. What hope do you have, and what legacy do you hope to bring on to the children of New Orleans, like the new children that's coming up who are interested in masking, interested in being in this tradition? What do you want to give to them? What do you want to give to them to inspire them to how you want to pave the way for them?
Yeah, I definitely, one thing I would say, I encourage all young women, youth in general, but young women to start masking. It's really something that has changed me in the way I carry myself and the way I walk throughout my everyday life. And it changes the way people look at you as well, especially in New Orleans. Being a black masking Indian is something that's so revered, and it's sacred as well. So I would really suggest that all young women start masking. It's something, it's really deeply ancestral too, and you can feel it. Um, I I hope to leave people feeling seen when they see my suit, feeling heard. I want my suit to inspire other people to create, even if it's not a suit, other artwork, because I'm inspired from so many other things to create this artwork. I hope other people see my suit and, be that whatever it is, a chef, a photographer, a painter, or artist, whatever you do in your life. I hope it inspires you to create.
Amazing. Well, I just want to thank you so much for being a part of my interview, and yeah, be cool.